Brilliant. All right then. Cool. Times reactions. Oh. Does it? Oh, it does. Okay, cool. All right, sweet. Let's get back to this. Fix GitHub sign-in. I don't remember exactly what was wrong with the GitHub sign-in, but I think we're squared away now. So we'll do this for about an hour, 2 o'clock. We'll hop off, and that'll be it for today. All right, cool. So welcome. In this another stream, we are working on my social network called DevKafe. So in the last one, we kind of changed to using Next.UI, and we had to fix an error that I think we're going to be getting into today, potentially. And yeah, everything seems to be kind of working as we might expect. And yeah, let's jump into it. Cool. Got my tea. I think we're good to go. Cool. So what shall we do? Let's go ahead and do this create recipe thing. Actually, let's first go ahead and run our site here. Also, weird issue before where the actual website devkafe.com wasn't working. It still is not working. That's really weird because I was able to let's do another one. I was able to use this from my iPad. And yeah, what? I think I have something like weird going on with Chrome locally. Because I've had other weird issues like this before. All right, so we're not going to fix that today. I think that maybe is something going on locally, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. What I am going to do, though, is we're going to check out a recipe. Oh, wait, don't we have a recipe form? Let's see. New recipe form. There you go. All right. Oh, whoops. Let's make sure we have everything here. Let's rebase on main. Oops. Okay. Cool. Let's do this. Let that do its thing. All right, cool. Now, we want to have this form here, but we don't anymore. And there was something about using React Quill with Next.js, which I was kind of confused about why it wasn't working, because I'm in a component that is use client. And so I would imagine, therefore, that it should be working based off of that. Right, as you would expect it to work in React. So, a bit confusing there, and we'll want to kind of look into that now. So let's do it. Okay, let's try this. Oh, but this is okay. Lazy loading in Next.js helps improve the initial loading performance of an application by decreasing the amount of JavaScript used. Okay. Allows you to defer loading of client components and imported libraries and only include them in the client bundle when they're needed, for example. Until the user clicks to open it. Okay. Dynamic imports. By default, zero components are automatically codes. And you can use streaming devices. Cool. So let's go ahead then and do this in here. And then does that actually, where does this get? Oh, I see. So we do this outside of here. Import, and then I think, if I understand correctly, this should now just kind of work, right? Still think we get the document not defined. Did that work? Okay, so we still get document not defined, but it does eventually show up. Okay. Oh. So if I add this, then maybe. How's that? I don't think we got an error there, so that's good. Interesting. Okay, and that's a quill issue that is, I guess, separate. Or, I guess, another problem to solve, not including the document problem that we were just having. Alright, let's get a few things out of here then, now that that seems to be doing what we want it to be doing. So, don't need use effect. Don't need any of this. Don't need that. Handle form submit. We'll come back to that. Don't need any of this. Oh wait, hold on a second. I want this. I want this there. Okay. Alright, cool. And there should be a code block option here somewhere. Which I get, oops. I guess it's not showing up though for some reason. Alright, again, we can come back to that. It seems to be doable though. Oh wait, formats? Yeah, that is being used. Modules? Yeah, that's being used too. Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. Okay. Alright, so that seems to have done what we wanted it to. Now what I want to do is, so we have recipe name, and then what else is in our data model here? Let's take a look. For a recipe, we have a title, a subtitle, authors, which is right now just going to be auto-assigned to whoever creates it. And then we have steps and ingredients, and a step has, okay, all right. I should have made sure, but hopefully the volume is working. Okay, good. It is. Cool. Don't want to have audio issues. Okay. So under recipe, we have title. We also we removed preline. So I did not try TipTap. It sounds familiar though. Maybe I looked it up, TipTap editor. And a better question is if I did look at it. Oh, okay. So here's my question to you then for TipTap. I think the reason that I didn't use it, and I'm not opposed to using it, I don't really have like a preference in either anywhere, but I was looking at pricing and I don't want to pay for anything. So yeah, like what's the deal with this? And paying and things that I don't want to do. I don't think a rich text editor is something that I should have to pay for. So that's really, I guess, was my reason for not using TipTap. But it looks really good. Yeah, I mean, it looks great. If it was like open source that I could just like send in, then that would be great. Although it looks like it has a ton of features that I don't know that I actually need. But yeah, again, like I don't know. I had used Quill before. I actually have a video on my channel from like maybe 5-6 years ago, something like that, on using Quill. I think it was Quill with Angular. Wait, let me look that up over here actually. I think it was Quill with Angular. Really, really long time ago that I made the video. One of my most popular ones, actually. Using Quill.js text editor with Angular. Yeah, and I did this in 2019, so about 5 years ago, almost. Oh no, sorry, 5 years ago, almost 6 years ago. Yeah, but yeah, I just know of it already, so that's why I used it. I don't really have a preference. Nope, I can't do that right now, bud. Sorry. Yeah, okay. Let's go. We can shift this over here. Let's go and add in another input. Actually, wait, hold on. Let's before we do that, let's go and use from Next.js here. we'll go and use an input, and this will be from input. Ooh, that was far down. Don't need this stuff anymore. This is good too. You're talking about Quill. Have you used Quill before? Is there a label option? Oops. Thought there was, right? Recipe name. And then let's take away the placeholder. Let's also add a name to this. Recipe name. Recipe. Let's make this title. We can just call this title here, even though the name I think is better. Recipe subtitle, and then recipe subtitle. Okay, cool. Let's add some distance there too. Do you have like other suggestions for other rich text editors? I actually, when I first started doing this, I think it was a couple weeks ago at this point, I was looking into like markdown editors. I kind of figured that would be useful as well, but they seem to be, at least the ones I was looking at for React, weren't as straightforward as I was kind of hoping that they would be. And so I just figured if I could find a rich text editor, which Quill maybe can do, I don't know, then it would be fine. Oh, by the way, like all that other stuff that I thought was missing showed up. So like the code part that had been missing for a second there did show up, so that's cool. I don't actually think that we need this here. We need this here. We'll do margin top. We'll give it 4, something like that maybe. And then let's do... So how should we do this? So we want to be able to add multiple steps. And for right now, we won't limit it to the number of steps that you can do. Maybe limiting it is like a future thing or something like that. So we'll do this. Okay. So what is a step? A step has all of this details. Okay. All right. I think maybe we'll have this here. We'll have steps. XO. Okay. Let's do H2 maybe. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. Cool. All right, let's do that. Let's also lower this, I think. Okay. And then each step, if we recall here, step has a title, possibly a subtitle, details, and then the order of the step. For right now, the most basic thing I think we can do is just have like a delete option, because yeah, I think I think that makes sense, kind of. It'll be like really, really simple. MVP, like MVP to the extreme, basically. So actually what we're going to do here is we're going to say steps.map whoops. And then we will return something in here. And that something for right now will be this. And the name here, oops, let's do step title, and then step index. And then we'll do index, and then we'll have step title. I think there was a optional step subtitle, right? Yeah. Subtitle, step, subtitle. All right, cool. And then what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take this button here and I'm gonna move it to this, and then we'll make this a flex, oops, justify. I think I want between, yeah, okay. Now what we'll do is on click, handle, add, step. And then we'll do, set steps to be previous, and then this new one which will be title, subtitle, details, order, recipe ID. So yeah, okay. We can just do this for right now. And then this last one here. What's the problem here? I don't know, should I just do it the other way? Current steps. Steps. Push. Step length plus 1, right? New steps. What? Oh. Still want this, okay. I knew that. Mental lapse. Alright. Now, what I think... Hold on, let's see here. Okay, just didn't update. Cool. Yeah, wait, there's a better way to do this. Hold on, there is a better way to do this. React push to state array. This is from 8 years ago. I don't want that. Updating arrays in state. Ooh, okay. Adding to an array. This is what we want here. Run change. Click. What? Artists. You don't want to set it? Wait, do you use set sometimes and just push directly other ways? Oh, wait, it's saying don't want that. Instead, create a new array which contains the existing items. All right. So we kind of want to do what I thought you were never supposed to use that directly though. Is that not true? Steps. And this. We don't need that. All right, let's try that then. Oh, yeah, okay, that's fair. Okay, got our key. Cool. So we have this here. So then let's just go and take this from up here. Do that. We'll put that there too. And I think what I also want to do, like design-wise, is I want to put padding 4, and then I want to have a border, and I want the border to be rounded, maybe a little bit more rounded. It's probably fine for right now. And then I want to have here step index +1, and then I want to have text large, and then we'll take these things here. Okay, let's lower this a little bit more. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. And then somehow you can also like remove this step, but we can come back to that later. And then we could add another one here too. And this would have a margin top of 8 as well. Cool, let's get rid of this here. Okay, so we can create now our form, and let's go and do this. So yeah. There's a form here, but I think we're gonna make this a controlled form. Like everything about it, it would just be completely controlled by us. So, or I guess the input, like some of the inputs are controlled. So what we need to then do is have, this does submit. Basically the only parts that are going to be controlled actually are the steps. Those are controlled inputs, all of them. Not technically, I guess they don't really have to be, but they're gonna be. Yeah, they're gonna be. Value is value. Wait a minute, what is value here? No, value, this should be not this. We want to get rid of this. And this should be on-chain set value. This should be steps index dot details, and then we'll do handle set step details, and this needs to take in the event as well as the index of the step, right? So e step index, say index. And then we'll just duplicate this real quick. And this takes in e of any, and then it will take in the step index, which will be a number. And then what we'll do is we will let's play around. Let's try this. Step index dot details equals e dot target dot value. Okay. I don't actually know if that'll work, but we can try it. Let's see. Alright, what's the error? spell it wrong? Target.value. Oh wait, it might just be for React Quill, it might not be your standard event for like an input, so got it. Okay, so we just want E, yeah. We'll just say this is content. And I guess it's a string, technically. Right? Hold on, let me just add that console back real quick. Yeah, okay, cool. Sweet. Perfect. All right. Now let's work on the actual submission of this and the creation of whatever we're doing. Eventually, we'll also want to have pictures, which it seems like this can do, but they have to be stored somewhere, and I don't know exactly how that part works. So we will have to look into that at some point. Yeah, but for right now, there won't be any images. We're getting there. It'll be cool. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, okay. These also need to be these need the same thing here, don't they? So the values here should actually be step index dot steps. Oh wait, hold on. No, sorry. You know what? We're gonna make it steps, but we might want that to be just step. I don't know. Let's find out. Title. Whoops. So we subtitle. Let's bring this in here a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. Oops. Why? What's wrong with this? Ah. Whoops. Question. All right. Cool. So these are all controlled components now. And we need to basically handle set step details. Do the same thing. However, this time around, this will have any. This will be E. This will be title E dot target dot value set step title. And then while we're here, let's also just do subtitle. Cool. What's wrong with this? Yeah, that makes sense. And then we'll do subtitle. Sweet. All right, let's see if this one works here. It does not. Title. Why doesn't it? Does this work? Also does not work. All right. That's pretty sweet. Okay. Well, for starters, this should be subtitle. So that's cool. And then time step, and then how does this work? So that's actually not doing what I think it's doing. This needs to set steps here, I think. Temp steps, and then we kind of need to do the same thing here. For all I know, this could be terrible React. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I don't think this is right. What did we do? Let's see. React editing a specific React update value in array of objects. Update state value. Maybe that same one works. Let's see. Replacing. Also 8 years ago. Is user reducer? Alright, hold on, we'll come back to that. Let's see. It just seems like not a very efficient way of doing it. I mean, aside from the fact that it's not working, it seems like an inefficient way of doing this. Okay, but it's not nested. It's an array. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, but I'm not adding a new item, so where does that leave me? Isn't that kind of what I'm doing? Oh. Oh, that's super interesting. Right. We want it to be not just the value, but the previous value plus the new value. right? Like that, essentially. No, not exactly like that. Okay. Maybe that's not the right approach. Maybe it should, in fact, be uncontrolled. Or at least this part, maybe this part, these components, these inputs should be uncontrolled, perhaps. And if they have a name, maybe this just isn't necessary at all. Okay, how about that option? Let's go and do that then. Whoops. Go back to where we were. Okay, cool. And then now that I think about it, I'm wondering, maybe this should just have a name too, and then maybe we don't need that or something. Maybe we just need the number of steps, and then we can go through all the inputs and find the ones that have some sort of a specific path or something like that. Maybe we could do that. There's no name though. Yeah. Property name does not exist. Alright, well in that case I hope that this works. So let's do this. So this will be our plan then. We'll try and make we'll try and make the steps title and subtitle will be unnamed or uncontrolled. And then the React Quill editor will be controlled because it seems to be that that's what they want me to do. And then so in our function that handles this and gets all of this form data and other data, we'll kind of just go through everything at that point and make it all sort of work. Okay, cool. Well, that's going to be it for today. So the next stream that we'll do will be on Friday. And in that video or stream, we'll be focusing on actually creating, actually saving data to the database, basically. So cool. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on Friday.